Virgo channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome again. And anything of any importance you can find in the description box. That means in relevance to the channel, obviously. You'll always find my Patreon link, my website link, all important links. You'll always find directions on how to enter into winning a free reading with me in there too. If you missed the beginning of the video, every single video, I'll have it. So you'll never have to worry. And there are directions. You always have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then write the word of the video in your comment bar. Again, it comes always from the Psychic Soul Healing Oracle deck. That's my deck. And it's made for healing the shadow aspects of yourself. There are 68 cards in the deck titled under Transpersonal Psychology. And understand that this deck comes with a workbook that has over 100 different exercises, helps you heal the effects of trauma, helps you develop your psychic abilities more, and deepen meditation and reflection practices. So it comes with a really nice workbook, and it comes with even a Christian version of the workbook. Okay, now, the word is Promethean Fire. I like this word. It's a passion, it's the emotions that stir up inside. So Promethean Fire could be actually even be a cultivation of feelings. It could be anger, it could be passion, it could be sadness, it could be like I said, just like envision a tornado worth of emotions just spinning around somebody, just ready to come out. So I'm feeling like you're in connection with someone that feels that way right now, that they have a lot of passion, but they're also like, don't like you at the moment. And they don't like you possibly because of where they are is what I'm feeling. I don't really even feel like you did anything. I feel like you didn't make things easy for them. I feel as if they expected things to go a certain way and they're not. And that's making them have to look at themselves and actually have to look at how they treated you. And they're not used to having to take responsibility for what they do. They don't like to have to be apologetic. They don't want to have to get off their high horse. But problem is, this person has feelings towards you. And it pisses them off that they still have feelings for you. They've tried to turn their feelings off. They've tried to walk away. They've tried to drown themselves out. They've tried to talk to other people. They've tried to do everything. And you're the first person on their mind as soon as they open up their eyes. You're the last person that they see in their face when they close their eyes at night. So they feel as if they don't have any control over their life. And I also feel like this person's life is like falling apart. And you're someone that they could have talked to. And they know that they could have talked to you, and they should also shut you out. So again, they also have to look at the way that they treated you. This is the energy that I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling it, but we're going to see how that actually plays out within your cards. So I always like to start out at the hidden truths. Some people like to end with the hidden truths. No. I want to know where are we at? What does this person feel? Not what they're showing, because if a person has spiritual blocks, they're never going to show you truly how they feel. If anything, they'll overcompensate or undercompensate, where I feel like this person undercompensated. They didn't give you anything. And that's part of the reason, because they were like, they realized that you know that you didn't get anything from them and that you don't owe them anything. So I'm kind of feeling like the tables have turned. Well, let's see. Like I said, let's see. I wish I could share my good news with you. I feel like this person is making changes in their life. And like I said, they feel like you were someone that could talk to them. I hid who I really am from you. So again, why they were only breadcrumbing you. I regret lying to you, which is again just showing you a different aspect of they're not confident in themselves. So they wanted to show you an aspect of themselves that they thought that you would like. And I feel like they just either overcompensated where they acted really cocky, or they would like undercompensate. And this person is really imbalanced just in general. I feel like they don't have good relationships in general. Okay, my life is not as together as it seems. It's like, so we can see like everything's about this person, right? So like I said, I'm feeling like this person is a good looking person. This person, like they present themselves to be like the best of the best. So they could drive the nicest car, dress the nicest, look the nicest, present themselves, but that's not who they are at all. This person, like I said, feels like very small, very confused, very emotionally and like not stable. And like I said, I feel like a lot of things are falling apart in their life. Not showing this, showing them why they treated you the way that they feel. You say, well, how do they feel about me? What are the hidden truths about me? Well, it's I feel horrible that I lied. My life is not together as it seems. So this is why I didn't let you in my life. I hid who I really am because my life is not really what it seems. I present myself to look a lot better and to be confident because I perceive you that way. So I don't really perceive myself that way. So I'm overcompensating. And I realize that. And then you make me really nervous. And you make me really nervous because I perceive that you have your life together. I perceive you through, I'm kind of putting you up on a pedestal. In the beginning, I didn't give you any pedestal. I realized that. But now I'm looking at you through a different perception. So this person, again, they're always up in their head. We're going to pull one more from this deck. I wish I had treated you better. And that's so, again, this person's in their regrets. And so they're in a place of reflecting on how they acted. If they're going to do anything, let's see what they did. Let's see what the triggers are. Again, because I know that this person did not like let you get close. I know that they didn't let you get close. I know that they toyed with you a little bit. So we look because we say, well, why did the person like this come into our life? And they're like, that's their hidden truth. Their hidden truths are, and I desire you, I want to come back to you. Well, they have to be an awareness. You wouldn't want this person to come back to you the way that they had before. So they're in their healing work, I would say. So I wouldn't look at it like, oh, it's a total loss if you really like this person. Children, I was triggered by how the kids behave and blame you for it. That's for some. So those of you that have children together, or those of you that might be raising children, like maybe not like again, like, you know, when families blend. Well, like I said, so it could be a situation like that, but that's only going to be for a selected few. Accountable, all the blame fell onto me. Yes, I believe that that's for everybody. No accountability on your end. I had enough. So again, this person knew who they were from you. So they would never really have a conversation with you. They would never really work through anything with you. They didn't really give you anything. There's a spiritual connection here, obviously, because they're still thinking about you. I don't think that this person thought really about what they did. I feel like they're looking at it now. And the reason why is because, like I said, all the blame fell onto you. This person, you'd say, hey, you're not giving me enough time. This person would say, no, no, no. You'd say, you're not really having a conversation with me. You're not, this is what I need from you emotionally. And this person would make you feel as if like, they weren't doing anything wrong, that it was you, that you either needed too much or they made you feel as if you needed too much, that you wanted too much, and that normally works for them. You usually date people that do that and where they can do that. is what I feel. Forgotten, and again, and you felt forgotten because this person was there, and then they weren't, and then they were promised a lot, and then they didn't give. So we can see what your triggers were. So then I'm going to make this into a healing style reading, because we have to say then, so why would you attract a person into your life that made you feel forgotten about and would and pretended not to see your experience, like with them, like this person wasn't giving you anything. They again, they wouldn't be accountable, so they were ignoring your emotional well-being, and you felt forgotten about, so they weren't there. And for those of you that they had children, or you had children, the children somehow like got involved instead of the issues between you and your person. So why would they be triggered over your children? Why would that be? Why would that be their perception? I mean, for a selected few, but we'll put that over to the side. So for you, again, we'll ask these questions: forgotten, accountable, and then, like I said, we can actually ask about the children. We'll ask that one for the last one for those of you that do. And I do that by pulling from my inner child deck, because our shadows many times come from our inner child wounds. So we have to look and say, why did you attract this person? What are you supposed to learn? What spiritual lesson needs to be integrated? Because there's nothing good here. That this person like came into your life and they have feelings. It's not like they don't have feelings, but this person's life isn't together at all. That's what I felt like. I felt like their life was literally falling apart, and there was nothing to tell. They never gave you enough, and you never gave them enough. However, there was a very strong spiritual connection, and there was always this belief that it was going to, on both parties. It wasn't one-sided. It's just this person never really followed through. And I feel like they wanted to. But then when they thought about it, they were like, you never really liked me for who I am, because I'm not this person. And I'm not, and I'm not strong. Like I said, I'm not going to go into like why I feel this person's life is falling apart. That's something secondary. Like, this is why they treated you the way that they did. And why you attracted this person. What were you supposed to learn? Because right now, I don't feel like they're going to be like coming back. We will ask the spiritual lesson, though, because that makes sense. Belittled, again, if you feel belittled, so did you grow up? You might have grown up with someone that made you feel that you weren't worthy, that you weren't good enough, that they belittled you. And someone that gets belittled is undervalued. So this person made you feel undervalued, because they were never accountable. They used to, again, push it back onto you. Like, no, you're just imagining things. No, you're not seeing things the way that they really, really are. I do like you. And you're like, okay, you're telling me that you like me, but you're not doing anything. And so you're making me feel like I'm forgotten about, like I'm not important. And so again, that brought up the same emotion as what you grew up with. So like I said, we know that everything was a spiritual lesson, and optimism, right? Optimism, like needing to put in more optimism in your life. And how do we become more optimistic? Well, I have to become more optimistic by integrating something into our life, right? You have to do something to integrate into our life. So we ask Spirit, well, what should we be integrating into our life to be more optimistic? And also, what can we do to like heal ourselves? Well, a lot of times whenever we feed ourselves by doing what we love, by connecting to people that we love, by surrounding ourselves in environments that we love, will raise our vibration. So someone that makes you feel undervalued, if they're not going to make you feel valued, and you grew up in an environment that didn't make you feel valued, then you need to reparent yourself, and you need to again show yourself that you value yourself. And remember, you teach people how you want to be treated by how you're treating yourself. A lot of times people get into a relationship where they give too much, where I feel like you gave too much because this person was all talk, no walk. It's not that they didn't want to, they did. It's just when push came to shove, they just knew that you would never be with them. So choice, I choose serenity, light, and positive energy no matter what I go through. I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. And so God is that unconditional love. So I'm saying like choice, it's a choice to be optimist. And it's also a choice on how we think, but it was a choice to give time to somebody that made you feel that way is what I feel like. And instead of being around someone that doesn't make you feel good, someone that brings up those feelings, it's to realize that this person always had a choice too, and that they may pretend that they don't have a choice because they're hiding behind all their problems. But when push comes to shove, they act like they don't have a choice. And so they don't do anything. They stay in a place of victimization. They don't want to heal. And that's really what this is about. It's about the sense of you want to heal. So you would have to transcend that. And that's not by staying with a person that you have a deep connection with, and they do love you, they do care about you, they are in full regret. However, it's like they can't fix it. They would have been better off coming in to your life, showing you exactly who they were, whatever they perceived imbalance, not good, because you would have loved this person and liked this person and been in their life, but they don't like themselves. And that's what the problem is. The problem is that this person doesn't care enough about themselves. So when it's a soul's relationship, what we have to say is that it doesn't matter. We have to look and see how that person's treating us. This person needs healing. And they need healing because they refuse to do what they would actually need to do to attract a person like yourself, Virgo. You know, they want to be with a person like you, so they pretend to be someone that they're not. And then they don't really, it just looks good from the outside. And that's a real empty and lonely life. And so really they would actually need to like be optimistic too, and like realize that, you know, every day is a new day, that they can choose to stay where they are, or again, be optimistic about the future and do something different. One step at a time, and take one step at a time, because this person doesn't trust themselves, and that's really what it's about. And you may feel like, well, I was belittled all the time and my confidence isn't great either, and that's what that would be teaching you. Like goes to like, you're a mirror of who and what you attract into your life. So it's not that you're going around saying I don't like myself and I'm not worthy of a relationship. And if anything, you treat people nice, but what this was here was the spirit was saying is you gave too much to this, and that might have been too much of your thought, too much of your emotion, too much. And so if you don't trust yourself, you need to take it one step at a time. You need to be optimistic, and you need to, again, it's a choice. And what did this say here? You direct your thoughts to God, and God is what? Unconditional love. It's just the traits of unconditional love, which is forgiveness, compassion, self-sacrifice. It's all those things, but what it really is unconditional love. You direct your energy towards that, and regardless of what's happening. And when you're in alignment, what you're doing is, it doesn't mean that you know exactly what's going to happen. You're just directing your thoughts and your energy and putting yourself into those situations that are going to grow that energy more. Well, then that's how you live your bliss. that's when you're letting the universe guide you. You're not guiding you. And like I said, that will help you evolve to be able to release this 100%, because you may say, well, I really like this person and there's a part in me that's still holding on, and it's great to say I could have a choice and be optimistic, but I really feel that hole. I really feel like, and it's how much energy you put. So that's always what you should remember. When you put too much energy towards something that's not giving you enough back, and this person wasn't, and they were playing games because they weren't being accountable. They were always twisting the facts. So, and you knew it, but you were like, oh, let's like try and figure it out. When you do that, that takes precious time and energy away from yourself, and actually keeps you stuck in that. So we'll ask one last question, which is, let's see if it even comes out, because it might not even come out with this death, where we'll say, well, is there anything? I am walking home. I'm not sure where I am on my path, but I am walking it. So, and that's the thing. They're like, they're like, they are healing, and they are like, it's again, they are learning, and and you are also like healing also on your path. And that's really what that is. Because when I look at the soul cards and we say, well, what's the whole point? And so when a person is walking home, it's again, home is that space of unconditional love. It's like the place of familiarity. Right? We always think that our home is like a place. But what's funny is that we associate places with people. So if you take the people out of the home, then what winds up happening is that you feel like that's not a home anymore. So I feel like home here is that spiritual place that's that internal knowing within inside of yourself to get to that place of unconditional love. So this person is helping you do that. You're helping this person do that, because karmically now they're stuck in a place of regret. That's all that those cards were in the beginning was, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I'm looking at myself and I don't like what I see. I'm looking at myself and this is how I acted. I'm looking at myself. And that's what soul relationships do. Are they big love affair relationships? Not all the time. However, was there passion here? Absolutely there was. There was Promethean Fire, a lot of passion, but there's a lot of anger because you made me feel this way and I still love you. And now I can't even be with you. And that's why the sadness. And so, like I said, when all this energy is inside, we become imbalanced. So your person really needs to do that. I don't believe for you did that. I feel for you, it was more about realizing that you needed to put the energy into yourself to not feel little. And that's why I said for you, it might be to also take one day at a time, realizing that co-creating and creating a new life, it's one day at a time. And that's through, again, you have to, again, surround yourself in the environments that are going to raise your energy. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo, and you let me know whether you resonated with this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.